Hi, welcome everybody. Back again with a second video on card making. I made this little card yesterday, and so I thought that I would pop on here and do a video on how to make it. The products we're using today are Prima flowers. I've already used one of the flowers on there. Stamps from My Mind's Eye, Fine and Dandy. Some pattern papers, Echo Park. This is the small watermelon dots. And also another Echo Park paper. We're using just the back side to cut out a scalloped circle from our new EK Success Punch. So these have just come in stock. You'll find most of these products in the store. We're going to use some Van der Ross ribbons and some ink pads as well. I've got Tim Holtz Distress ink, Chrome Yellow Archival ink, and Memento Rosebud ink. Okay. So firstly, I've cut an A4 sheet of paper and then halved that again, so that's my card base. In order to do this scalloped banner, I'll take one of the stamps from this Fine and Dandy set. There's lots of cute images on here, and I love this little banner flag, so that's what we're going to use. The great thing about stamps is they're so versatile and you can use them over and over again. Also, it's great that you can do different colour schemes to suit whatever your project is or whatever different pattern papers you've got. I'm just getting my cleaning pad ready because it's important to clean between when you ink up different colours of the stamp. Okay. Okay, not looking for perfection here. I'm actually going to do some of the banners on an angle too, just to make it look a bit more free-flowing. With the yellow. I had a really early start this morning. I've dropped my daughter off at camp at 6 AM, so it's probably going to be a really long day, but we will get through. Okay, so there we go. We've inked up our first image, so you can see how cute, how effective that looks as well, just using all those bright colours. Okay. So the next, just pop these away. So the next part of this project would be to cut the yellow pattern paper, which will be mounted underneath your little banner paper. So I might just move these ink pads, that way we don't have too much mess, and I can move these punches too out of the way. Okay. So at this point I would just measure roughly where I think the edges of the paper would go. I'm not too particular like that. Just able to see, via looking roughly where it needs to go. If you prefer to measure to get it really accurate, that's a good idea as well. Okay. So that looks pretty good to me, I think. That looks like it fits well. Okay, so then the next step here, I've decided to do this sort of funky little ribbon gathering. Really easy to do. Okay, so pop a piece of double-sided tape, I'm just moving this camera so you can see, across probably about 1/3 of the way up. Okay. And then cut. So if you measure your ribbon, probably you would just cut maybe, another inch. I don't know, did I even do an inch? Yeah, and another inch more on either side. Okay, and then pop some double-sided tape on that as well. I probably should have gone all the way. You can use glue. I just tend to use double-sided tape because sometimes I don't like how the glue makes, especially ribbon, look like it's wet when it comes through the edge, but you could do that as well. I'm a bit of a double-sided tape girl, so that's my favourite to use. Okay, so when you're popping your ribbon down, you'll just gather it every so often. You can do them as close or as far apart as you like. It's a personal choice. And because you've got the ribbon, because you've put the double-sided tape on the ribbon as well, it tends to just stick together there. So just run that all the way across without getting your fingers caught. Okay, and then wrap that around the back. So that's what your piece would look like. Okay, so then I'm just going to pop some double-sided tape on the back of this. Okay, before you do the double-sided tape, because I've just nearly forgotten this step, we're just going to wrap the twine. If you can see on the card, we're going to wrap the twine around that before we stick it down. Okay, so just grab, this is the Divine twine, the turquoise colour, really bright and colourful, and it looks great on this with the blue on the card, the blue ink. Okay, so I just wrap that around maybe 2 or 3 times, depending how long you've cut your twine, and then just do a little bow on the right side of your pattern paper. I can't even speak today. It's probably from lack of sleep. Okay, so you can tighten your little bow by just bringing the ends in, and then you can always fix it up. Okay. So I don't even need to really cut too much excess off that. That looks great. Okay, so now we'll peel the back off. So normally you would do the double-sided tape after you've done the twine. I just ran ahead and missed that step, so. Okay. So just try and centre that. Okay. So now it's ready to be added to our base, and then we can finish all the other parts of the card. Okay. So double-sided tape once again. All of these products that I've used on the card can be found on our website at www.cokovanilladesigns.com.au. I'll pop a link on the video and a link to all the products underneath on my blog, so you'll find all the details there. Okay, so now to see our newest punch in action. So like I said, I'm using the yellow, this little yellow pattern side. This is a great paper because you have lots of different designs to choose from. You've got polka dots and ladybirds, bumblebees. That's a honeycomb, flowers, very cute. Okay, so with these punches, that's what they look like on the other side, and because they are like a double embossed punch, you're best to do them flat and put a fair bit of pressure. Okay, try again. Alright, there we go. Okay, so there you have a cute little scalloped circle. Okay, so now I'll just pick a flower. I've already used that one which was originally in this card, so I'll probably go for another blue flower, just keeping with the theme. These have all got a little bit of adhesive already on there, but I tend to put a little bit more on just to be sure that it'll stay. Okay, so I'll just put some double-sided tape on the corner of this flower first. And just pop that. So the tape is just on the corner where we'll pop that on top, so you won't actually see it, but it's enough to stick your flower down. And then do the same with this one. Okay, and then I'll pop it down, and then the great thing about these flowers is you can just play around with them to make them a little bit more dimensional. Fluff all these little parts up. Okay, because the packaging flattens them down, so definitely I would be pulling these layers up and scrunching them to get that 3D effect. Okay, so the final part is to make our little happy birthday sentiment. I'm using the happy birthday Stamp It stamp. So we'll just get our blue ink again. Okay, just ink a little happy birthday. Nice and simple, and I'll just cut that down. Okay, so there you have it, and then to give it the scalloped edge, I've just got these little scallop scissors, which I've had for ages. So these aren't in the store, they're just my personal scissors. I think they're actually for fabric, but anyway, I use them for paper. And then I'm just going to use a sponge dauber and just ink around the edge to define that little sentiment as well, so that it sort of pops a little bit. Okay, now I've actually used dimensional tape there, but I haven't got it right here. I've left it in my craft room, so I'll just use normal tape. But if you've got some dimensional tape, that would look, it would just help it stick out a little bit more and look a bit more defined on your card. Okay, so there you have it. So that's our, just showing you all the details there. And, you know, with this stamp set, you could make quite a few of these in different colour schemes. You could do darker colours for the boys, pastel-y colours for, you know, babies' birthdays, you know, little ones. Ideas are endless. Just to show you, there's heaps more images in this stamp set, and some words, thanks girl, a birdie, some cherries. It's a cute little scalloped flower, lots of little different images that you can pop on any cards or your scrapbooking. So these are actually on sale at the moment for this week, so grab a pack. And just to remind you, they're My Mind's Eye, Tickled Pink, Fine and Dandy stamps. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed watching my little card making session today, and I hope to be back soon with more. Thanks, bye.